But he does not wait for further explanation. He feels that he has heard enough to judge this man. John 14. 6. 18. 38. Pilate returns to the crowd waiting outside the palace. Jesus apparently is at his side when he tells the chief priests and those with them, "I find no crime in this man." Angered by that decision, the crowd insists. He stirs up the people by teaching throughout all Judea, starting from Galilee even to here. Luke 23. 4, 5. The Jews' unreasoning fanaticism must amaze Pilate. As the chief priests and elder men continue shouting, Pilate asks Jesus, "Do you not hear how many things they are testifying against you?" Matthew 27. 13. Jesus makes no attempt to answer. His calm in the face of the wild accusations surprises Pilate. The Jews indicated that Jesus had started from Galilee. Pursuing that clue, Pilate learns that Jesus is, in fact, a Galilean. This gives Pilate an idea of how he might escape responsibility for judging Jesus. Herod Antipas, the son of Herod the Great, is the ruler of Galilee, and he is in Jerusalem this Passover season. So Pilate sends Jesus to Herod. It was Herod Antipas who had John the Baptist beheaded. Later, at hearing that Jesus was performing miraculous works, Herod was concerned that Jesus might be John raised from the dead. Luke 9. 7-9. Herod now rejoices at the prospect of seeing Jesus. This is not because he wants to help Jesus or wishes to make any real attempt to learn whether there are valid charges against him. Herod is simply curious, and he is hoping to see some sign performed by him. Luke 23. 8. However, Jesus does not satisfy Herod's curiosity. In fact, as Herod questions him, Jesus says not a word. Disappointed, both Herod and his soldiers treat Jesus with contempt. Luke 23. 11. They clothe him with a splendid garment and mock him. Then Herod sends Jesus back to Pilate. Herod and Pilate had been enemies, but now they become good friends. When Jesus returns, Pilate calls together the chief priests, the Jewish rulers, and the people and says, "I examined him in front of you but found in this man no grounds for the charges you are bringing against him. In fact, neither did Herod, for he sent him back to us, and look." Found innocent by both Pilate and Herod. Matthew 27. 12-14, 18, 19. Mark 15. 2-5. Luke 23. 4-16. John 18. 36-38, 292. He has done nothing deserving of death. I will therefore punish him and release him. Luke 23. 14-16. Pilate is eager to free Jesus, for he realizes that it is out of envy that the priests have handed him over. As Pilate tries to release Jesus, he receives further motivation to do so. While he is on his judgment seat, his wife sends him the message, "Have nothing to do with that righteous man, for I suffered a lot today in a dream evidently of divine origin because of him." Matthew 27. 19. How can Pilate release this innocent man, as he should? Jesus is examined by Pilate and by Herod. How does Jesus tell the truth regarding his kingship? Pilate reaches what conclusion about Jesus? How do the people respond, and what does Pilate do? Why is Herod Antipas pleased to see Jesus, and what does he do with him? Why does Pilate want to free Jesus? 128, 293. Pilate told the crowd seeking Jesus' death, "I found in this man no grounds for the charges you are bringing against him. In fact, neither did Herod." Luke 23. 14, 15. Now, trying to spare Jesus, Pilate uses another approach, saying to the people, "You have a custom that I should release a man to you at the Passover. So do you want me to release to you the King of the Jews?" John 18. 39. Pilate is aware of a prisoner named Barabbas, who is known as a robber, a seditionist, and a murderer. So Pilate asks, "Which one do you want me to release to you, Barabbas or Jesus, the so-called Christ?" Having been stirred up by the chief priests, the people ask that Barabbas be released, not Jesus. Pilate asks again, "Which of the two do you want me to release to you?"